This was a difficult decision to make as schools across the state try to navigate these unprecedented circumstances. The question now is how online learning would come into play district to district. Online learning can pose a problem when it comes to educational equity, says Liza Parkinson, the president of the Utica Education Association.
There's like a device scarcity in some households. We're going to have a plan for deploying devices out into the community. I know my school district, Utica Schools, is already working through that.
Under Governor Whitmer's executive order, districts will need to have a detailed plan in place on how they will provide remote learning opportunities. But that will look different district to district. It may be project-based, over the phone, or via the mail.
This doesn't mean our kids will stop learning. Districts must make sure that their plans are appropriate and accessible for families in their schools.
If that plan includes online learning, the order says districts must include, to the extent feasible, a plan for students to have access to a device, and students should not be penalized if they can't fully participate in online learning. Districts will be allowed to start next year before Labor Day without approval if they need to, and their calendar for this year will also be flexible.
Our dedicated educators, teachers, secretaries, parapros, and custodial and cafeteria workers will be paid for the remainder of the school year.
Seniors will graduate, and juniors who would have taken the SAT in March will have an opportunity to take it in October. But Parkinson says especially for seniors, this pandemic is taking away a lot of important milestones like prom and walking with their class at graduation.
They're going to miss out on a lot of those really important life experiences unless we have some plan for them over the summer, which I don't know what that's going to look like.
We feel it in our own household. But this is the best thing that we can do for the health of our children.
Jen Shantz, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you, Jen. Well, tonight, 7 Action News invites you to join us for an important event, the Governor's Town Hall. Governor Whitmer and Chief Medical Executive Dr. Janae Caldoun will join 7 Action News' Carolyn Clifford, Fox 2's Huel Perkins, and WDIV's Devin Skillion. Metro Detroit TV stations all coming together to bring you this commercial-free event. You'll get answers to questions you've been asking about the coronavirus and hear what the state is doing to keep us all safe. We're in this together. The Governor's Town Hall is tonight at 7, both on TV 20 Detroit and right here on Channel 7. Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard will answer questions from the public today to clear up confusion about the coronavirus. Bouchard is hosting a telephone town hall this afternoon at 4:30. He'll be calling people across the county. Some issues at the top of the list include how the sheriff's office is handling stay-at-home orders and which businesses will be allowed to remain open.
Our role, as I see it, is to help people in these anxious moments and through these challenging times. I want us to be viewed as kind of the helpmate.
The Sheriff Bouchard says his office has received thousands of calls about the town hall. He says that's a good sign, and it may mean that people are taking this crisis seriously. Now we move to the record number of Americans filing for unemployment. More than 6.6 million new unemployment claims were filed just last week. That's the highest single week total ever. 3.3 million claims were filed in the previous week. That means over the last 2 weeks, nearly 10 million Americans have filed for unemployment benefits. That's an amazing number. Of course, a lot of that pain here in Michigan. The coronavirus pandemic taking its toll not just on health and safety, but as we were just talking about unemployment, the pocketbooks of millions of Americans are hurting as well. All the while, a U.S. Navy ship with thousands of sailors on board struggling to contain an outbreak. And now the nation's confirmed cases of coronavirus topping 950,000, just shy of a million. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
With millions of American workers already out of a job, word from the Labor Department that the record number of unemployment claims announced last week were doubled today to more than 6.6 million. Today's new unemployment claims even worse than the worst forecasts. With so many people struggling to stay afloat and desperate for help, receiving the benefits they already qualify for is also proving problematic. Unemployment phone lines and insurance benefit websites are jammed with so many requests, those laid off can't even get through.
This is probably going to be about my 30th time calling today. Let's see how it goes.
Welcome to the New York State Department of Labor.
As the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic, New York has seen telephone calls to the Department of Labor increase 16,000%, and web traffic is up by nearly 900%. The unemployment overload is being felt coast to coast.
I mean, I've applied for unemployment. I haven't heard back.
And some economists are painting a grim picture of what's still to come. A reminder that as novel coronavirus cases continue to climb, so will jobless claims.
We know that the illness and the contagion will get worse. We also know that the fatalities will get worse, but there's also fatalities in the economy.
The calls for help also affecting the men and